Virus Pila. We're on week 5.
Week 5.
There's only 2 weeks left, but
Oof.
I need to go back to last week
Oh,
because in the fog, I didn't mention 2 of the 3 MVPs that we had.
Oh, yeah.
So
You
one of
left
the
some-
5-point MVPs I gave to the Elite Spartans kicker, Kara Wasserman.
Hey.
So she's been a fantastic kicker all season long, punting and field goals.
All right.
They always get extra points every game, and so that was last week. Finding MVPs was kind of like I couldn't really zero in on people, but she's been a consistent contributor to them. So Kara Wasserman was one of them, and the MVP from last week was Ashanti Broxy from the Florida Avengers.
Okay.
She contributed as a offensive weapon, and she also got a defensive touchdown.
Broxy.
Yeah, so
she's got moxie.
Yeah, so I didn't mention Ashanti Broxy and Kara Wasserman last week.
Hats off.
Thought I mentioned them, but now let's do this show.
Oh.
Hit it.
26 points on the scoreboard. Yes, sir. I got the win game.
H-Town representing.
Yeah.
All right, it's about time.
R.I.P. DJ Screw.
Of course, I don't have any of them on my board anymore.
Yeah, you replaced them last week with the Kansas City Glory for your quarterback. Houston was the only shutout of this week. They won 26-0 over the Falcons.
They allowed nothing.
Yeah, but now they're 1-3, and there's still 2 must-win games ahead of them. Denver took care of business. They beat Las Vegas, and Seattle beat Oregon.
All right.
So Denver moved up to 3-1, and that's that gets them pretty close to in the playoffs. So you have 2 teams that are 4-0 now. Ooh. San Diego won their 4th last week, and Mississippi won this week against Kansas City.
Okay.
30
San Diego was on a bye this week.
Yeah, so
that's your blank.
So San Diego and Mississippi are clinched. They're in the playoffs. Absolutely.
Right.
And I would venture to guess that Texas also is too, because their week 7 game they're going to win by forfeit. So 4-2 is the worst that they can do.
Oh yeah.
But then Atlanta, Washington, and Denver are also all 3-1 as well, and so they're in great shape. But then there's some lobbying back and forth. They're kind of playing one another, and so it's going to be interesting because there's 6 teams that are in really good shape to make the playoffs, and then there is 8 teams that are fighting for those last 2 spots.
Oh, and they're fighting.
Yeah, basically. So there's teams that are 1-3 like the Mambas that need to win and have teams lose, and then there's teams that are 3-1 or 2-2 that just need to win their games.
This
and
is
they're
where
in the
it gets
playoffs.
Interesting.
Yeah. See who shows up in these last 2 weeks.
Wait, Jovi.
Are you one of thousands of Americans that have been wronged and are now vowing a life of vengeance? Did Russian oligarchs kill the puppy that your dead wife gave you, and now you're out for revenge?
Wait, Jovi.
It's ring all over your face. RRF, or resting revenge face, is a common symptom of those trying to right a wrong. With Jovi can help. Manufactured to give you a calm and pleasant demeanor while you roam the streets of New York enacting your own form of justice. With Jovi, ask your doctor about it today.
Wait, Jovi.
Common side effects include peripheral hallucinations, congestion, sideways defecation, irregular heartbeat, sneeze paralysis, unexplainable cold chills of the teeth and hair. Please consult with your doctor before taking this medication if you have ever consumed dairy.
Wait, Jovi.
Part of the shutout win for the Mambas was an MVP performance by Deja Scott. Offensive weapon, 13 rushes, 120 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Hey.
And also a receiving touchdown. So 3 total touchdowns.
3 touchdowns?
Yep.
I don't think anybody else did 3.
No.
I don't think one player did 3 touchdowns.
Patience did. Yeah, Peanut did, and she's also an MVP.
Well, Peanut.
But we'll talk to her about it a little bit. Houston's other OW also got 100 yards receiving.
Ooh.
That was Brooklyn Cousin.
Hey.
110 yards and a touchdown.
She family.
So that's 4 touchdowns between their 2 OWs.
Damn.
And this is the highest score we've had all season.
Teams are lucky if they get 1 touchdown for their OWs.
Yeah. In like 35, high 30s has been the highest we've ever gotten for any
yardage?
position. No, like in our scores.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like high 30s has been where we're at. But with the MVP, the 10-point bonus for Deja Scott, the Mambas go from 50 to 60. So our highest score is now 60
60.
for the Houston Mambas.
Damn.
So a 26-0 performance
What'd I get?
where your offensive
Oh.
weapons are tearing up the scoreboard is pretty good. Pretty good for you.
What did Kansas City get?
On the offensive weapons?
Yeah, on yours. If Houston got 60, what did Kansas City? Because that's your two people.
Oh yeah, and Kansas City, the other offensive weapon, they got 7.
70?
7, just 7.
Ah.
Marielle Alexander
Ooh.
and Lauren Crouch. They
Hidden
neither one
dragon.
got touchdowns, and they were kind of low. They were the lowest on the yardage.
Damn.
And then Kansas City also had on their roster Cassidy Snowden, who got 2 touchdowns, but she only rushed for 6 yards. So she didn't qualify to be an offensive weapon, or that would have been 12 more points.
We got to rethink those qualifying factors.
There's a few things that
Next
we would
season,
kind of shuffle.
we're gonna
like,
work out some
with
things.
the quarterback. There's things that we would probably do differently,
Yeah.
knowing the way that the league kind of shakes out and what how the games are focused.
You could say that again.
It's a lot on the ground, and you're not going to get 300-yard passers.
No,
We haven't had a 200-yard passer yet.
I think we need more OWs. Maybe just keep it at one quarterback and 3 OWs.
3 OWs. That might be the secret. Another kind of separation game that we had this weekend
Ooh,
was the first rematch. In week 2, Seattle beat Oregon 34-7. In week 5, Seattle did it again. They won 29-8.
Dang.
And
Okay.
I saw some highlights from this game.
Yeah.
It was kind of a driving rainstorm going on.
Damn. It's in
And
Seattle.
Holy crap! I think it was in Oregon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
But Pacific Northwest
It's
basically
rain.
the same. Yeah.
yeah.
But there are some highlights where Patience is downhill, just trucking over motherfuckers.
Damn.
So MVP,
Peanut.
5-point MVP is
Is
Peanut Kamuta.
oh, nice. All right.
A touchdown, interception, passing, and then 2 rushing touchdowns added to it.
Hell yeah.
So she only had 92 yards through the air because it was raining.
Yeah. She ain't throwing.
Yeah, the last MVP that we're going to mention fell onto Denver's defense.
Ah, yeah.
So neither one of us had Denver's defense, but Kara Corcoran had an interception on defense,
Nice.
and she also contributed and got a touchdown as an offensive weapon.
Damn, those were separate events.
Yes,
Okay.
So Corcoran and Kaylee Parker were their 2 offensive weapons. They had 26 points as offensive weapons. I put the points on defense, but it's she was an offensive weapon too.
At that time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your defense for the week is a team that's on a bye week.
Yeah, they weren't even playing. So that's a fat 0 right there. I
Yeah.
should have seen that one coming. I did not until after Saturday.
Yep. But I tied your score.
Yes, that made it all better. Oh man, that made it worth it. That your team actually played.
Yeah. Oregon
And-
had an interception, they had a fumble recovery,
Oh,
and they
yeah.
had a sack.
They had all the things.
They had 5 points worth of stuff, but then they gave up 29 points. So
Ah.
they got knocked down to 5 for the differential.
So we both got 0 for
Yeah.
our Dick Streets. We both have 0 Dick Streets.
So I think that going forward, I'm probably going to go Elite Spartans on defense. But we'll do that at the last segment when
Yeah.
we're going to redo our roster for week 6.
I don't even know anymore.
So yeah, that's my team. Basically all Houston OW, 60 points, and then
Golly.
7 from Kansas City, and I had the Mississippi quarterback again, and that was Melise Brown once again.
Well, that was 14 points.
Yeah, 150 yards and the win bonus, but she had 3 interceptions that counted against her.
God.
3 picks and a fumble recovery for Kansas City. So yeah, they gave up 30 points, but they were close. They were really close to getting that upset.
They're playing hard.
So they're of the 2-2 teams, they're in pretty good shape. But then Utah and Seattle are both also 2-2. It's tough when you have such a short season, And if you lose a game that you were kind of expecting to win, kind of hoping to win early,
That's
and
going to
it
throw
just-
me off.
it knocks you off the rails.
Yeah.
you know?
It gives you, what is it? The yips.
We do have a thing we have to mention. We did lose one of our teams this week.
Oh, yeah. I was wondering when we were going to answer that elephant in the room.
Yeah. So the Philadelphia Phantoms have been removed from the WNFC.
for this season.
Yeah. So the league is now a 15-team league. But it could be worse. You know,
Could be one league
this
team.
week as well, the Arena League has dissolved half of their league.
Oh,
I think they lost like 8 teams this week.
wow! But how many did they have?
It was like they had 16 or 20 as well.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
so I mean they lost every team that wasn't owned by some outside source. They just shuttered them and closed them off for the rest of the season. They barely even started. You know, there's people that made commitments and moved and things and kind of spent money to do this. You know, so it would be extremely disappointing for that to happen. And then halfway through the season, it's over. But then you that Arena League, they're a game into their season, and it's like those guys quit their jobs and moved across the country, and then a game into the season, your team is dissolved and gone.
yeah.
That would be upsetting.
We both had them in our rosters.
Yeah, we both mulliganed Philly off of our teams last week, and the news kind of had broken before we recorded, but.
We didn't
We
check
kind of
that
thought
news.
about doing changes or fixing our rosters, but we'll just let them play it the way it is.
The producers said no.
It's
My
time to
points.
check out your roster.
Yes.
You did not get any MVP bonuses as part of your team.
I did last week. I want to go on the record. Last
Mhm.
week I did.
Yep.
And so I'm okay with not doing it this week.
Yeah.
Um,
Ebb and flow.
Now, first off, let's start where it's easy. My Dick Street 0. My
Yep.
team didn't even play.
Prodigy was on a bye.
Yeah.
That was a Philly replace for week 6 and 7. That was a future move that you did.
Yeah. And I was already changing from Philly, but
Yeah.
I follow my other YouTube video about my own personal thoughts about Philly.
I gotta report it.
Quarterbacks. Denver. I was. Who do we got? What's her name?
Lydia Morgan.
Okay, I was really proud of her.
Yeah, 6 for 14, 92 yards.
See,
Yeah.
you say it so fast.
Mhm.
All right, and so she got me 18 points
Yep, got a touchdown and the win bonus.
and no interceptions. That's
that's huge.
yeah.
And
And
your
then-
other quarterback is
Yeah.
another legend of the league, Nashi Crotone.
Hey, Nashi.
Yeah, 82 yards, but no touchdown, and they
Yeah.
lost by 5. That was a
Damn,
Mississippi
so I didn't
close
get a-
loss.
It was your quarterback. So
Yeah.
my quarterback was playing your quarterback, and
Yep.
you got the 10-point bonus. See, that's where
the
this
difference.
10-point bonus. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. So there's things that
Actually, it would have. You got 10 points more than me.
yeah.
So
Exactly.
that's it. That
the
was
difference.
the only difference. And then I've got my OWs. Let's see. The Majestics. My Seattle Majestics got me 30.
Yep.
And-
Jasmine Rambo and Ana Barbosa.
Okay, that's it. The Barbosa. Rambo and Barbosa.
Yep, both had touchdowns.
Hey,
Rambo almost got 100 yards, and Barbosa had 77 yards on 3 catches.
goodness.
Yeah, so great
So
game.
they both almost got 100.
Yeah, and Andre Ali had 2 touchdowns.
Hey,
Didn't
but that's the third
qualify.
one.
Yeah.
See, that's why we need 3.
Yeah, probably.
I think we're gonna revamp this.
Yeah.
But we're also gonna take it to where we just jump in on a season maybe and play it like it's a roulette,
Yeah.
like wheel spin.
Oh yeah, we can just
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
we're gonna do the big 3 this week.
Yeah,
We're
or
gonna do
this one.
week.
Yeah, or this one. But we take
That's
these
true.
points. All right. All right.
So
That's
30
that's
30
off
points
topic,
for
yeah.
those 2.
30, which is half of what
Yeah.
your Houston Mambas got. So I felt pretty good because I was like, okay, the other one is gonna get what he got. I'm gonna like blow him out of the water.
Mhm.
But Utah.
Utah.
Sorry.
Yep.
I was like got 20.
Yeah, Madeline Murphy and Gina Magana both had rushing and receiving yards.
Which I still think 20 is pretty good because last week
Yeah,
we were
absolutely.
impressed by 2 teams both getting 25.
Each.
And then
Yeah.
I got 30 and 20. It's the same income.
thing. Yeah, absolutely.
So if I got 50 to your 67. So my total was 72. I was 9 points behind your 81.
Woo!
Rice and delicious, licorice, licorice, licadic, licorice. Ah, there we go.
licorice, buffalo babushka licorice, the only licorice still made today. New flavors include lemon pepper, ice cream truck, and salt mine worker. You buy now. Buish kuya.
I'm going through changes.
Can I ask God for a favor?
I'm gonna add my quarterback back.
Ooh, he's gonna put his quarterback back. Put his quarterback back.
Danny Trainer, bad motherfucker.
Megan Trainor's cousin.
Yep. And I'm gonna do Elite Spartans Stick Street
Ooh.
because I think they can contribute some good pointage.
Yeah.
As a defense for me. Let me think about what I got here.
All right, let's Mississippi, San Diego. Then you got Houston and Kansas City. Both great. And then the elite. That
could be the team that's going to take you on in the rest of the season, I think.
I think I'm gonna stick with that. Yeah, you're right.
All right, so you've got 2 4-0s, a 3-1, a 2-2, and a 1-3. That right there is probably what you need to win between us. Like,
Yeah, nice.
you're going to
competitive.
outscore me every time now.
And they're gonna be in good games. The one thing we're gonna run into is Elite Spartans in week 7 are gonna win by forfeit, and then the Tennessee Trojans.
Do those count?
Well, they won't have any stats. So after next week, I'm gonna have to take them down, and it's gonna be kind of a, I don't know. I'm not sure what's gonna happen there, but I think I'm just gonna put Oregon back. I don't know if they're going to do that and just have that be forfeits, because that's what I heard was going to happen with Philadelphia's record, is that they would just forfeit the last 2 games. I mean, you could, because the playoffs will start the next week. It's like if you had a blank week, you could have Tennessee and Texas play each other. Coming up this Saturday, week 6.
it's almost over.
I'd say that there's 2 games that are pretty good candidates to be the game of the week, but we'll see how they go. Denver is hosting Kansas City. Denver is 3-1. Kansas City is 2-2.
Oh shit!
So,
I have them both as quarterbacks.
Yeah, so if Kansas City really wants to get that win, because then that would bump them ahead of Denver in playoff standings, and then they would have a really good shot of kind of sneaking in, starting at 2-2. And then the other one is going to be kind of a game for supremacy at the very top. Atlanta versus Mississippi.
Ooh.
So if Atlanta can upset Mississippi, they would both be 4-1 going into the last week of the year.
And that's going to be their goal. They want to upset. They just want to be an upset. I'm not changing any of mine.
I'm
gonna let it ride. You know
that's
that's who I am. I'm let it
right.
ride, Bry. And in fact, the whole roster, I'm gonna keep Prodigy on my defense.
Yeah. They'll
In fact, I might just let the whole. Wait a minute. Don't we normally have like a third person?
Oh shit! Yeah, damn, we're out of time. Damn it! I had to cancel. Sorry about that, Matt Davis.